Hello and welcome to Shifting Echoes, episode 10. We've made it. So many. We're in double digits. We did it. I'm Gonah, and I'm co-DMing with
Teral.
and these are our wonderful players for today. I'm super excited for the game. Very excited. If you would please introduce yourself and your character, starting with Anna.
Oh, hey, I don't normally go first. I'm Anna, aka Archibald. That's funny, most places on the internet. I play Lady Wasari Springfate, princess of the Elvish fiefdom of Andare, and still dealing with all the stuff in the first half of the season.
Fantastic. We'll jump over to Wren.
You don't even trust us to popcorn it for the 10th episode. Oh my god. Hi, I'm Wren, and I am full of snark this afternoon. I will be playing the ever delightful Iden Ehrenhoff door, and we are excited to find out that I'm made of stars now, or something. Do you want me to popcorn it, or would you like to take care of
I
it?
guess I don't trust you enough to do it, so I'll take over from here.
That's what I figured.
Let's jump over to Caitlin.
Hello, I am Caitlin, aka Theaterphile all over the internet. I'm playing Kestrel, who just wants to find her band and maybe talk to some ghosts along the way. But now she doesn't know why her band's apparently in the Feywild, so she's a little concerned, and we'll see what happens.
Perfect.
Caitlin, would you like to popcorn it off?
Yeah, I popcorn it to Rat. No,
And it all just burns down from there.
Oh, well, I guess it's me then. Hi, I'm Abby. Today I'm playing Ash, a Harangon Ranger, who is leading this little band of misfits through the Feywild.
So much for that. So I believe that we have a recap prepared for us by the wonderful Caitlin. Would you like to go ahead and recap what happened last session for our viewers?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So, we started off the session by leaving Brennock, which is the town that we were in. We were taking a train towards Enrilar? Nods. Okay, Enrilar, which was the place where Kestrel's compass was currently pointing in terms of where her band might be, or at least the member of the band being tracked, because those may or may not be the same thing. Once we arrived off the train, we found horses named Kazooie and Banjo and a cart to hitch them to. We started heading into Enrilar proper. Wasari and Kestrel had a nice heart-to-heart. Wasari had a nice let it go moment where she kind of took off her armor and had a very pretty dress on instead. We kept following the compass instead of heading to the nearest town because the compass led us into some woods. We then proceeded to get stuck in the woods because we turned around and suddenly there was just more woods. So Iden turned into a tiny horse and helped lead our grumpy old people horses to a clearing where we found a moon well. After some deliberation, we got in the moon well and ended up in the Feywild, which was not the intention, but there we are. We met Ash, who is a Harangon of the Feywild, who decided that we needed to go talk to the Iron Court to find out where the band is and what's going on, because the Iron Court apparently knows all. Ran across some travelers who were fighting something that was not a deer. And once the not a deer was dispatched, we continued heading towards the Iron Court, found out that Eden's family is from the Gold Court, apparently. Most of us don't really know what that means, but we are heading towards the Iron Court now for some answers, hopefully.
Perfect. Wonderfully done. Thank you. So with all of that, you find yourself initially, you have been walking through the woods, and at this point, like, very similar to how time is a little or space is a little time can be off, and it's one of those very interesting things where time seems to act in exactly the way that is necessary. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but what in the Feywild does, really. So you have been able to walk through the woods, and as you come through, you finally find yourself, and this clearing pops up out of nowhere. Like, one of you knew that this clearing was coming up soon, but everyone else, it just felt like this forest was going to go on forever, for leagues, who knows how long. And you all stumble out into very vibrant sunlight. As we talked about before, the Feywild is much brighter than our world. The colors are more vibrant, the shadows darker, the light lighter. And as your eyes adjust, you see before you a very small, kind of nondescript building. It looks like it's just one door in the front and just almost like a square box with a door, and that's it. Ash would know that this is the door into the Iron Court.
I'm gonna kind of look around and make sure that everyone's still following me. Everyone, anyone get lost?
Well, technically, we got lost when we arrived here, so yes.
Oh no,
But-
okay. But we've got head count. Yep, we're good. Okay. So just a quick note. When we go in, I would suggest letting me do some of the talking first. There was a bit of weirdness that happened back there, and yeah, just let me. We'll figure it out. Yeah.
So, are we going inside the box?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, that's how you get in.
And okay.
Is this like
and-
a court like full of royalty people or a court like go to jail court?
Oh, I didn't even think of the jail court. No, that's a different court that does the jail court. That's a different court. No, the Iron Court. I suppose there's some royalty. It's more like a guild, maybe might be a good word.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Iron Guild. Got it. Doesn't have the same ring as court.
Yeah, I think that's why they use court. Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Sounds more impressive.
You said do some of the talking. Are you sure you don't want to do like all of it?
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Sometimes they want to ask you stuff, and sometimes they want to ask me stuff, and we'll start out with me.
Are there things we shouldn't mention or say or do?
Yeah. Just don't maybe mention the other people that we just met.
Okay.
Great.
Why?
Because they asked me to, and they I don't know if you noticed, but they're kind of scary, so I don't want to upset them, and they have ways of finding stuff out. I don't want to get into that yet, you know.
Yeah, we watched them stab their friend, so I'm kind of okay with not getting on their bad side.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's a good general rule to not lie to them either. Anybody here in the Feywild.
I mean, you can't really, but yeah, you also shouldn't. Yeah.
Don't lie, don't make a promise. That's what my parents always told me.
This will be fine.
Yeah, great. Let's go.
So you open the door, you head on in, and as you walk in, the first thing that hits you is the sheer size of this place. It's wide enough that probably 3 or 4 houses could fit in side by side of each other inside of this building. You can see up on the walls there are terraced floors where people are able to, if they want to, they can look down onto the other levels. But for the most part, no one's looking down. Everyone is running around. And when I say everyone, there is a crowd of people in here. Just absolute hundreds, thousands. And as you're looking around, you can also see that, you actually, there should be a door or there should be a wall on the other side of this large room, this building. You cannot perceive the wall that is the furthest away from you. You can only see the left and the right. It is just that massive, that large.
As you're walking in as well, a little green spriggan is walking out carrying a messenger bag, and they look up to you, Ash, and they're like, "Hey, Ash, good to see you again."
Hey, heading out already?
Yeah, gotta go make another run today.
All right, well, good luck. There's some dangerous stuff out there.
Oh well, thank you. I'll keep an eye out for the weather.
Great.
You see the spriggan hop off through the door behind you, but when they open the door behind them, it doesn't look like the same place you came in through.
Did that person just say they'll look out for the weather?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you gotta watch out.
That you didn't say anything about weather, though.
Well, I mean, it's always dangerous.
The weather.
You don't have dangerous weather where you're from?
No.
Oh.
Well, I mean, yes, but no.
Well, I mean, it's one of the most dangerous because you can't really do anything, but you can at least watch out for it.
Okay.
You're able to walk in, and you can see that there are several lines of people, and each of these lines of people is standing in front of what it's shaped like a doorway, but there's no door in there. It's just kind of the arch, and there are several different people in very fastidious uniforms, and they are talking to each group. They appear to be waving some kind of a wand over the group, and just kind of generally, it's almost like a airport terminal.
Yeah, TSA checkpoint.
TSA checkpoint.
Yeah.
Something that you do see on each of them is there is T jewelry on them somewhere. Like, one's got them on as an earring, one has a pendant, another seems to have a bracelet. All of them are wearing T somewhere on them.
And you mean like tea, like leaves?
Yeah,
No,
the
like
letter
the
T?
letter.
The letter T? Oh, okay. Cool.
Oh, like
So,
a cross.
I was like, I want tea jewelry. That sounds cool.
What's it made out of? Like, can I tell just by glancing at it if a general idea of what it might be made out of?
It's made out of metal.
Oh, great.
And it is a silver colored metal. It's a
Silvery.
gray.
Okay.
It's shiny
Gotcha.
gray.
Okay.
Like it might be, iron, maybe.
Well, that's what I was trying to ask without directly asking.
So you can see that there are several different people. Like there are some where it's just one person going through. You can see, for instance, that there is a grung family going through, and it's two grungs standing side by side. One of them's got a bowl that they're holding, and it's got little tiny wiggling grung tadpoles in it, and they're just kind of waiting in line. Where do you guys go? What do y'all do?
Is there like a booth that would kind of be normal for me? Like since I, like am there in official capacity as versus these people that look like they might just be passing through?
So normally for you,
There's an alcove and a back door that you're allowed to go through, but you know that is specifically an entrance only for you and your court members.
Cool.
so that would be like if you had a specific missive, or if you had to get word of a tally to someone, you would go through that one single room. Probably a group of you would not be able to go through.
Cool. Well, looks like it's kind of busy around today. There might be a bit of a wait, but this is how we get through. So ready to stand in line?
What are they looking for?
Sorry?
What are they looking for?
Oh, they want to, just keep stock of everyone who's moving around, know who's going where, who's new, who's leaving, where they're going, why they're going, if they can do any cool stuff.
So you get up in the shortest line that you can, which, to be fair, is about 3 deep, but it moves along fairly quickly. You can hear the couple in front of you. They appear to be two drow, and one of them's just, well, look, Fen, I understand that we have to get through the customs, but really, I feel like you should be able to get through here much faster on your own.
Well, I think that we're going along just fine together. We made it this far. I don't see why we shouldn't just go through the customs together and call it a day.
I understand, but we don't even have iron on our person. We didn't even bring it to the Feywild. Why do we have to go through this?
It's just a standard procedure. Have you ever been to the Feywild before?
No,
They're
I
very
have not.
sensitive about those sorts of things.
Too sensitive, if you ask me.
Well, people are just like that sometimes.
But you see that couple go through fairly quickly, fairly easily. And soon enough, you find yourself in front of a
Red cap?
and he
Just a tiny, maybe foot high, little person with a big bushy beard. And he hobbles up a set of wooden steps towards you all. He's like, please approach. State your name and your business. And you see him pull out a little glowing stick that he waved over everyone else.
Ash of the Salt Court. I'm ushering these folks through to the Iron Court.
Oh, fantastic. And what would you be doing in the Iron Court today? Ash of the Ash Salt?
Well, I was sent to investigate some of that disturbance happening out by the moon pool. And it was these folks, and they're new, and so I'm just taking them to where they need to go.
Oh, fantastic. All right, do you have any iron you'd like to set off to the side before going in?
Nope.
All right, well, you see the red cap just like wave the wand around you and does the little gesture for you to turn around, do your T-pose.
Yeah. I spread my wings out too.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you know the procedure. All right, you're clear to go. Hop on in, Ash. All right, next.
Lexi, no, not Lexi. Psalm kind of leans forward and says, Do we have to declare our iron, or do we have to? What do we have to do with this?
Put all your iron in that bin over there. And the red cap gestures towards a wicker basket. You'll have it returned to you upon your exit.
Saul.
Do we have any iron?
If you anything that is steel, anything that is iron, so for instance, Saul is going to look at her firearms. She is going to look at. I actually checked this last night for all
Her
of you.
pry bar.
Oh yeah, that pry bar, definitely iron.
I think the buckle's on her backpack.
And so it's one of those that. Let's see. The chainmail.
The hammer. The javelins. You know. Yeah, she has a lot of metal stuff on here that's either steel or iron.
Oh yeah,
So
like
it's
she even
anything
has
metal.
not metal, but iron. Anything. So for instance, if you have a copper sword, you're fine. But vast majority
your gold, your silver, you can keep that. Your electrum, platinum, you don't have to get those up.
Mm-hmm.
It is specifically iron and iron accessories.
We specialize in iron and iron accessories.
What's this red cap's name now? Hank Hill.
No, the red cap is if you look,
Yeah, you see a little name tag on there.
and it says Dunter Titanium.
So anything steel is also iron?
Yes.
Okay.
I will lean in towards the group and I say, I'm not sure what counts as iron or not. I didn't quite ask what the composition of, and I take my hand axe out of the holster. This or this? Is this like, do I have to put them in there? Should I just put them in there just to be safe? Or like, what if they're like, hey, this isn't made of iron, you're wasting our time. Like, what do I do?
I think you put them in the box, probably. I think
have
it's
to take
probably
off
better
my-
to be safe than to make people mad.
Do I take off my shoes?
Are your shoes made of iron?
Well, I don't think so, but I didn't check. What about my belt? Is my buckle? Oh, this is real stressful.
You start hearing grumblings behind you as this is holding up the line.
How about if you think it might be iron, you just put it in the box to be safe?
Hey guys, what's the holdup? Wait, did you actually bring iron here?
I'll go first. I'm sorry. I'll turn and face everyone else in the back line. I'm sorry. This is my first time here. I've never done this before. It's just really nerve-wracking.
Look,
And,
if you need time to process this, you can move to the side of the line and let other people.
No. I'm good now. Here, and I'll like take off my belt. I'll take off my shoes, like my sandals. I take the time to like undo all of the straps on them and put them in the basket. I take out hand axe, a dagger. I take out my cook's tools just in case.
Yeah, because you got an iron skillet in there.
Well, I was about to say, I take out my iron pot.
I'm gonna have you go off to the side for additional screening.
This is for cooking.
You can. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What?
You're bringing a lot of iron. I don't really feel safe with you walking around with that much in here.
I don't even know if this is iron. I'm just being safe. Like
You notice all of the patrons that are behind you like take a step back as you're like holding up this iron pot.
What's so dangerous about this? And I'm gesturing broadly with the iron pot.
And
in one hand.
you see some of the crowd like just flinch back, and the red cap immediately goes to tackle you and just like piles you into the ground.
If you would please make a dexterity.
Yeah, if you want to avoid getting tackled, you can make a dexterity saving throw.
I would definitely like not to get tackled by whatever this red thing is. Oh, that's probably bad. That's only an 11.
He'll bring you to the ground. And then a couple other of the Titanium Court agents will walk over and just like pile on top of you real quickly.
I just was following my guide.
We're gonna take him to the holding cell. Y'all can collect him when you get done here with your business.
I think there's an explanation that was missing here. You told us to put the iron in the box, and then when he went to put the iron in the box, suddenly he's wrong?
He flashed a pan and threatened the crowd. We gotta take him for additional screening and make sure.
Oh, I must have missed when he threatened anybody.
Did you not see someone waving around a weapon in a crowded area? There are children here, madam.
I
This
saw
is
someone
just-
holding up a pan to go
It's
put
for
it in the box like
cooking.
he was told to.
I just wanted to put it in the basket. Ow, that's a lot of pressure on my back.
They've started to like get up, and two of them are escorting you. You start escorting you towards a holding cell.
You know, we heard so much about the hospitality of the Iron Court. I don't understand where that came from if people are getting arrested just for following orders.
They're already gone, but everyone behind you in line has started going to other lines and is grumbling about safety and how they just don't feel safe around you.
Oh, so they just disappeared with him? Like they
No,
teleported? Or-
they are moving to other lines.
No, I mean the people with Eden. They just like teleported with them, or
No,
Oh no,
they're walking. They walked
dragged
away.
Eden off.
oh, okay.
Eden, you
I'll be
feel
fine.
some binds wrap around your wrist and then just like shrink tight around you.
This is really rude. Look, I don't know what I did wrong, but if you just want me to like put the pot in the basket, I can do that.
Like I said, you flashed some iron in front of a crowd. We got to keep you here for safety concerns.
I was asking if I could put it in the basket.
All right. Whatever you say, champ. We'll get to the bottom of this. You can just cool off in here till your friends come get you when they're done in the Iron Core. They open up a holding cell and they stick you in, and you just see sitting over in a corner a frumpy dwarf with their arms crossed.
Question of order. What happened to
Yes.
my pot? Is it still in my hand, or did they take it, or could they even touch it?
Oh yeah, they took it. They touched it. One of them is holding a basket that has that pan in it now, and they leave the basket with you so that you can like put your shoes back on.
I hate this. Okay. I will take a seat and just stare at the frumpy dwarf awkwardly, but I will not be causing any ruckus.
So like just staring at the dwarf, not talking to him or nothing.
Like I'll look at him for a moment, but then I'm just like looking down at my feet, kind of like this is bullshit. I'm sad. And now I'm bored.
The dwarf after like a good chunk of uncomfortable silence looks up at you and says, "They was trying to take my guns. What'd they do to you?"
I flashed cookware.
Ah, a whole iron? Well,
I guess. I don't even know.
well, and he takes a look at the basket that you have. It's just like there's a pot in there. There's shoe. Like he's able to tell what things belong in there and what don't. He says, "Well, it looks like you were gonna put everything in the basket. So I mean, as long as you weren't threatening no one, but I wasn't gonna let them take my guns. I have a right to hold my guns."
Yeah, no, the second declaration. I've heard that.
What?
It,
No,
maybe it's a local thing.
I made these. Mine. I get to hold on to them. They're mine. No one gets to take them. They're mine.
Okay. Well, that's great. I just wanted to put the stuff in the basket, but here we are.
Now that just sounds ridiculous. I mean, as long as you weren't threatening no one, there's no reason why you had to be thrown in here.
I didn't. Like, honest to goodness, I just kind of asked if it should go in there, and then they reacted violently.
Just for asking a question. I can't believe that. Some people and their ridiculous holdings just because it can be deadly to other Fae. That's ridiculous. Just for touching iron. Look, I can touch this and I'm Fae. I'm born and bred Fae.
Oh. Well, okay. That's news to me. I didn't realize that this was dangerous. That, I
Yeah,
guess.
incredibly dangerous. But I mean, Titanium Court doesn't think so because they can touch iron.
Oh. I'll sidle up next to the dwarf. What? Well, not.
He like scoots away a little bit, but
What else? This is my first time here, and I feel like you know stuff. Maybe you can tell me more about what to know and what not to know.
well, love to tell you. And we're gonna camera pan back over to Kestrel and Wissery and Psalm. Psalm like takes stock of what she has and like looks at you two and I mean, what do you think we should do?
I think we should probably follow the rules.
Be great if someone explained to us what those are. And I kind of look over at Ash.
Come on, guys. Takes forever.
Psalm shrugs and takes off her chainmail, like just makes sure to put it in the basket, and like she walks up to the red cap and okay, so do I just stand here? Can I walk through or
Spread your arms. T-pose. The red cap starts running the wand over her after she had thrown all of her stuff in the basket. It doesn't seem to glow as he scans her. All right, you're good to go through.
okay. How will I know that do I come back to you for the basket or
Yeah, when you leave, just ask for your stuff.
okay, thank you. She steps through and she looks at Ash and what is going on?
Oh, it's just the normal iron check.
There's an iron check. Do we have to do this in every court?
No, it's just that it's the iron that's really dangerous. I thought Wasari said that she'd been here before. I figured that she'd include you guys in. Why do you have so much iron if you're coming to the Fae?
We didn't know we were coming to the Fae. I mean, we kind of knew we were coming to the Fae. And we'll pan over to Sorry and Kestrel.
So I'm assuming when I've come through before, it's been as a diplomat. Have I been checked like this before?
You have not been checked like this before.
You do, however, know some of the things that your parents have told you about bringing iron.
But for the most part, most of the outfits and things you wear don't have a spot of iron in them when you were coming as royalty.
You didn't really bring your sword to the fancy dinners.
Yeah. Are we counting alloys like stainless steel as iron for this purpose?
Steel is considered iron. Anything with iron content.
Okay. I will step up then. I will pull my sword off and dagger. I will pull out a couple bottles of ink and place them as well. I think that's everything I have. I don't have very much heavy stuff.
The ink is an interesting one.
Some
Yeah,
inks
iron
can
gall
have
ink.
iron. Yep.
Was okay. I did not know that. Your camera, I believe, has no. That might be tin. That'll
Yeah, it's probably
slide.
tin and like chrome and that sort of thing.
Your camera will be fine.
You can take as many pictures as you want.
Yeah.
The only other question is your studded leather. What are those studs made out of?
That is up to you, but those are the only clothes I'm wearing
Yeah, it's up to
currently.
you.
so-
You went shopping
It is
for
entirely up to you. It is special studded leather, so it can be made out of pretty much anything.
Yeah, I don't see her wearing like any kind of steel armor because she doesn't have the strength for it.
Mhm.
So
Roll.
could be. It was pretty pricey.
It was.
I mean, it is enchanted, so it could be pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Something like ironwood. I don't know.
Well, it's like I said, it's up to you if you want that to be made out, the studs to be made out of iron on that.
No, we'll go with mithril. That's the only clothes she's wearing. She would actually have to go change if that were the case. So
Okay, well, no worries then. Yes. The red cap walks up to you and runs the wand over you, and you check out. Like, all right, go on through.
I think the only thing I have to put in is, yeah, I have a rapier and a dagger. So those will go in. And I think that's it. I'm also ruling that my studded leather is not steel because character nudity is not something I feel like dealing with. So
That
it's
is
just she
fine.
puts her weapons in.
Yeah, I mean, it can be the studs can be made out of a lot of different metals. It doesn't have to be iron or steel.
Like you wear a dress.
Yeah.
But anyway. Yeah.
So we're good to go then. Y'all clear the checkpoint, and Ash and Psalm are waiting for you on the other side.
we should try to get through this quickly so we can get Eden back.
I think we should go get Eden back now.
I don't think we can until we're done.
Well, we might be able to.
How?
Oh, well, people know me. I might be able to talk to some folks. I mean, I don't know how long it's going to take us in here, so it would probably be best not to leave him just sitting in that.
Especially because he didn't do anything. The next time we ask if there's anything we should know,
Mhm.
things like, hey, don't bring half your inventory in might be good to include, Ash.
Well, you came to the Feywild. I just assumed you knew about the iron.
We didn't mean to.
Well,
Most of us have never
stepping
been,
in.
so just assume we don't know anything.
You just go stepping in moon pools. Okay. So I'll take him. I'll kind of take him over to the side, just like out of the way of the crowd. Stay here. I don't think you can really get into trouble. I'll be right back. And I'm gonna go to my little side door that I can officially use for business.
Okay.
And I wanna see if there's just someone that I know that I can talk to about where Eden is.
Yeah, you know some of the Titanium Court members back in like the break room. One of them sitting there having a cup of coffee in a ceramic mug.
Hey, do you have a minute?
Ah, Ash, how are you doing? And they're a quickling, so they're very small, but they're holding a whole ass mug and just sipping away at the coffee. I've been working real hard on some paperwork, and it's been a couple of days, but it's been doing great. How are you doing? How's the message business?
Oh, well, right now I'm actually on like a kind of a shepherding errand. And my subjects of shepherding need a little bit of shepherding. I've can who can I talk to about getting someone out of the holding?
Well, oh, is it the dwarf? He was real cantankerous. Like he wasn't gonna give up his iron, so he's just waiting it off until his husband comes back.
The dwarf? No, it's about my size, but like stars, just lots of stars, space.
Stars, space.
Yeah. He just went in there like a minute ago.
I mean, I can check in on them. What was their problem? Like
Well,
they just didn't want to give up their stuff, or
it's their first time to the Feywild. They didn't know about the iron, and I may have forgotten to tell them about it, and they got a little confused, and it just people got scared. But they don't mean any harm. They just didn't quite know the rules.
they didn't know the rules. Okay, well, I mean, honestly, I don't see why we don't just like hand out a pamphlet each time or something like that. But
I know, right?
you gotta like fill out thus and such forms, and that it's a lot. It's a lot. But
It
yeah.
would be so much easier if just like the trees outside could just like tell people on their way in or something. And just, I mean, they're there anyway.
Yeah, but
They could
here's the
help
thing.
out.
Like you start letting trees talk, and they'll start like having like weird little meetings and stuff. Like they already talk on their own.
Oh my
Let's
gosh,
not
I
have them
know.
talk to other people.
I learned plant last year and it was just such a mistake. Now I just hear it everywhere.
How'd you do it? Was it through was it through one of the spells, one of the cantrips where you just get to learn them? Yeah, but we gotta focus. We gotta focus. We gotta focus. We gotta focus. Yeah, I'll go check on that. And like half of that coffee is gone, and they speed off. You wait for a bit, like 5-10 minutes. And Eden, so you've been talking to Dunter, who has introduced himself as Dunter, just Dunter. Nope, wrong one. It's Yotram. Yotram, just Yotram. Yotram, just Yotram. Yotram, just Yotram. And he has explained some more to you, like for instance, the fact that iron, if a Fey from the Feywild is touched with iron, they initially will like kind of break out into hives, and eventually it will literally burn their skin and can be extremely deadly, especially to people who are younger and people who have more sensitive skin. It's
a severe allergic reaction.
Yeah. He also explains a little bit to you about how the Iron Court is essentially about keeping track of things and keeping track of which courts own which things, who is under what courts, and basically it's all about power and knowing exactly which courts have the most power. This is, of course, sprinkled in with conspiracy theories, but naturally, like that's just how it do. As you are sitting there, and you've almost felt yourself kind of nod off, you see a quickling pop up in front of the door, and kind of opens the door. Were you with Ash? And this quickling has pointed at you, Eden, specifically.
I will turn away from Yotram, just Yotren, or whatever,
Yotram.
and
Just Yotram.
Yoter, and I will say to the quickling, yes, I was. Why?
Okay.
Are you here to drag me off somewhere else?
I mean, I can get some guys if that's what you want. Do you want that?
No.
Is that it?
No, I really don't.
I'm real good at my job. I can do lots of things.
I'm starting to question that, but no.
So, when I talked to the others, they said that you were swinging around some iron and you almost hit some people.
I reach in the basket and pull out the pot. It was just this pot.
Yeah, no, I know. And like the quickling like zooms up to you, and puts his hand on the pot. I understand. But do you understand that that's threatening?
I feel like if I was threatening, I'd have said, I'm gonna.
I don't care what you feel. Do you understand that it was threatening?
No, because it wasn't, but okay.
Okay,
yes.
we can leave you in the cell. Like, that's totally fine. I'm good at my job. I can leave you in here. And the quickling goes over to the door.
I don't want to stay in the cell.
Okay, I understand that you don't want to stay in the cell, but I cannot let you out if you are going to be a danger to our citizens.
I'm not going to be a danger to your citizens. I don't want to hurt anyone.
Okay, in that case, if you would please put all of your iron things into that basket.
That's what I did. Except for the pot, which I was getting to, but whatever. Yes, great. Love it. And I'll put the pot deliberately in the pot basket. Pot basket. It's a basket.
Anything else on your person that has iron? I'm gonna assume you probably put in.
No, but yes.
Yes. Yes.
Like all of your weapons, definitely yes. Because like you've got a lot of weapons. You were one that we were looking for, and it was like, wow,
I'm a
that's
survivalist.
That's a lot of weapons. The pot, yeah, you're cooking. Just for clarification, what do you want your shield to be made out of?
Yeah, it's wood. I'm a druid.
Cool, you can keep your wood on you.
And a lot of your weapons might be made out of more natural materials such as stone, too.
Oh no, that's heavy.
Okay, well, if you want them to be made out of metal, like steel or iron, that's fine.
I bet, since we're talking about it, I bet my sister was able to make a lightweight alloy that's not going to be too much trouble, but it's not going to be like worth a whole heck of a lot. So,
okay,
that's totally fine.
Yeah, perhaps titanium alloy,
because artificing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Titanium. Everyone likes titanium.
It is literally Teral's favorite metal. But
no, tungsten.
Tungsten.
Who has a favorite metal?
Dragons. So as you as you put all of these things in the box, the quickling like goes over and picks it up, and it's these teeny tiny hands, but he picks up the whole box and says, I'll take this back over to Dunter. And here, just follow me.
Can you walk slowly?
No, he's flying, but he's got a whole ass box and just like carrying it. Very official like. But he takes it back over to Dunter's station. You can hear that there is a very hushed, very quick conversation in Sylvan. And he ends up leaving that basket, and you can see some, for instance, the chainmail that Psalm wears, and both of her guns, as well as Wasari's rapier, etc. So, with that,
you get through the checkpoint as well, and get to rejoin your companions on the other side. They wave the wand over you, and it does not go off.
Oh, good.
And you are reunited. The quickling goes and gets Ash and brings her back so that you have your guide back.
Some good that is.
So, yeah. Good luck. And Things
You're the
gone.
best.
I'm pleased to let you all know that jail is the same in the real world as it is in the Feywild. There are bars and an ornery dwarf.
I am sorry you had to find that out.
On the
I'm
plus
sorry
side,
that I promised you no jail and then you got put in jail. That's
I learned
that-
a lot about the Feywild, and also the fact that the water here is slowly turning the frogs into real frogs from the material plane, among other things. I'd like to go home now.
Oh, do you go? Are we going back then? Is that?
No, 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 no.
Oh.
Let's just keep going.
All right. So what is what is next past our checkpoint?
Past your checkpoint, you can now see that they're like on the ground floor. There's just desks with people sitting in them. Just hundreds upon hundreds of desks. Each one is has someone there as behind it, as well as someone in front of it, like asking for things or going through a checklist, things like that.
Is there like a specific place that I would usually go to like check in and report?
Yeah, there's an information desk you can go to. Just central registration.
Awesome. All right. These folks over here can help us. And it's Kestrel. It was your friend that you were looking for?
Yeah, well, there's a couple there. The compass is pointing to one person, but there's kind of a couple. I'm hoping they're together. They're a band.
Oh, right. Yes, band. Okay, cool. I will hop over to my little info desk.
Behind the info desk, a giant slug turns towards you. How can I help you?
Well, I'm Ash. I'm reporting back on my latest task.
Ash looks down. I don't see you on any of our lists.
Oh, well, I was just earlier today I was sent out to go investigate the moon pool.
Oh, the moon pool. Moon pool number 253. What was the issue?
There was just some disturbance, and I went to check it out. And these four had crossed over into our plane through the moon pool.
Give the most awkward hand wave as we're being referenced.
Wonderful. So I assume this was an accident. I'll get the form. And she starts to turn around.
No, because they mean to be here. They didn't quite know how to get here, but they're here for a reason.
What's the reason?
They're searching for a band named the Evergreen Song.
Evergreen Song. So you need to go to acquisitions.
Okay.
Do
there a
you
form?
know where that is?
Yeah, but I think I need a form.
You do. And she turns around and you can see behind her there are just rows and rows of shelves and paper and ink and pens. And like she's been slugging around, but all of a sudden you see like her body goes very tight and she stretches all the way up to the top and grabs a form with one of her little stalks and just and then scooches back down.
As she turns around real quick, I kind of like lean into Ash and just like whisper, does that mean they got acquired? Is that bad?
Oh, no, it just means that new people came in.
Oh, okay.
It's not necessarily bad, but it's not necessarily good. We don't know yet.
Okay. Did we get acquired?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
So Ash, you would like
I don't know.
It's not quite that they got acquired.
Okay.
But you know that an acquisition form does mean that they got acquired to a court, but this group here, since they're just visiting, they do not belong to a court. So they have not been acquired. Are you going to tell that to Kestrel? I don't know, but you know that.
No, I will explain that. Yeah.
So that means they joined a court?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's good. They were probably coming here looking for work, and that means that they found work.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Okay.
Over the span of this conversation, Shanae has moved back.
I'm gonna need you to fill these out in triplicate. Use the blue ink, then the black ink, and finish it off with the red ink. You know the deal.
Yeah, I've already started.
It, but you are able to fill it out, and like Wasari is even able to help by like writing the third form and looking off of your first one while you're working on the set. It's all good.
I know Sylphine, so I can probably help.
That's I guessed. But you return that. The slug like takes one of the one specifically in blue ink, folds that up as a try, and passes it back to you, Ash. This is for your files. And takes the other two and goes to file those. So, acquisitions. I don't know if you would know where acquisitions are, but you do know that there are several maps all over the Iron Department in order to try and facilitate people getting to the place that they need to go as quickly as possible. So you go off, you check that map, you're able to find acquisitions fairly easily. And it looks like...
So when you finally get to acquisitions, it's kind of an opened up pit with a very tall ceiling, and you walk down some stairs, and there's a couple of large desks. Behind those desks are card catalogs, like the old-fashioned library ones, and you just see various Eladrin, Herringons, fey creatures pulling out these huge long racks and like going through, and behind them are rows and rows and rows of books. And so one of the fey creatures is just carrying this huge stacks of books, another one's just writing down in it and sliding some beads along an abacus. And the front desk there's no one sitting at it. It just has a bunch of little knickknacks on it and a doll just set on top of the desk.
Would I recognize a weird doll manning a desk?
I don't think you've ever had to go to acquisitions. This is typically outside of your department.
Like normally, you would be more used to taking the sheet of paper from acquisitions and just like sending that off to somewhere else. You've never actually been within this department.
Hmm.
There are other desks, but they also seem to all be working with clients already.
I'm not addressing the doll, but just kind of like looking over the desk. I'll just say like, "Hello, sir. I have a form."
The doll snaps its neck up.
Hmm.
Hello, how can I help you?
I have a form.
Perfect. Can I have the form?
Here you go.
The doll takes it and opens it up and reads it over. You're looking for the evergreen song. Do you know exactly which court has acquired the evergreen song?
No, that's what we came here to find out.
Well, my name is Alex Iron, and I would love to help you with that. I can go and check where the evergreen song is. And as this doll has been speaking with you, you actually can see that there are little bits of green glow coming out of the cracks of this doll, and it appears to be wearing a very long, flowing, beautiful dress, so you can't even see its little feeties. The wrists are glowing, like, and you can't shake your head. This is just how it is. Anywhere where there are seams of the doll appeared to be glowing, but as they say, we will go and get that for you. One of them, or not one of them, but the doll just kind of does this, and you see that glow fade away.
Did you all just see that too? Was that
The doll? Yeah, we saw it.
okay?
Yeah, that,
Wish I could unsee it.
I am so glad my past visits here have not been this complicated.
Yeah, I
As you-
don't know if this is normal or not. I haven't been down here before.
Ash, can you give me a quick investigation check?
Yes, indeedy. Oh, investigation. It's a 10.
Okay. You don't notice anything.
I am creeped out by the doll.
You did it. You woo. Woo. As you are waiting, there's still no glow in the cracks. But you do see that the doll has like become just lifeless, sitting there. And then the glow comes back. We were able to find where the evergreen song is. And the teeny tiny hands go over and pick up a post-it note and writes down Nightingale Court, and takes that off and puts it onto the paperwork that you gave it. And is there anything else I can help you with?
Can you tell us how long they've been in the Nightingale Court?
I can go and check.
Kestrel, anything else that we need to know?
I don't think so. How long they've been there would be good, I guess. And the Nightingale Court has been mentioned before, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I mentioned it when you guys first came through,
Okay.
but I don't think I explained what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, if we could know how long they've been there and maybe how many people are in the band right now.
The doll, the glowing goes away and it closes its eyes again. And you wait for a bit.
Yeah, so the Nightingale Court, that makes sense because that's where most musicians like get their work. So it's a good lead.
So that's like the artsy court.
Yeah, but like I think specifically music because there's like all kinds of art and stuff. I think they mostly deal with the musicians and place them in other jobs.
Okay, that makes sense.
Not one of the courts I've dealt with before. I've dealt with one of the other. No, I haven't. I know of one of the other courts that deal with the arts, but not this one.
You see the glow come back up. Apparently, the Nightingale song has, or no, Nightingale, the Evergreen song has been with the Nightingale Court for approximately
8 months. They are scheduled to perform once.
It appears that they have 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5 members. Wait, Kestrel, how many band members were in your group?
3 plus me.
3 plus you. Okay.
So they've
3,
they've
4.
gained members?
3, 4.
Oh, okay.
3, 4.
All right. Sorry to make you keep running back and finding stuff again. Could you tell us where and when their next performance is?
The doll closes its eyes again. The glow goes away. You wait. And the glow comes back. They're scheduled for 1 performance.
PBA.
They've been here for 8 months for just a single performance.
And it sounds like it's a secret.
Musicians are really weird.
Kestrel looks very perturbed at that last statement. How long has it been since I last saw them? At this point?
8 months and a day.
Probably 8 months and 2 weeks.
Okay. Which so it wasn't like, I guess I'm asking because the difference between 8 months and a day and 8 months is 2 weeks is the implication of they left and then got transported to the Feywild, or those were the same incident.
I'm confused by your question.
So if it's 8 months and a day, then there's a question of like, did they actually leave Kestrel, or did they get transported to the Feywild instead? And 8 months and 2 weeks is more like they left Kestrel and then later got transported.
Let's put it this way. It's been 8 months plus. Give or take. Like
I think that's a better answer.
Yeah. Instead of being like super exact, I was being silly. I apologize.
Okay, so there's not necessarily an implication that like the leaving Kestrel was being transported to the Feywild.
Correct.
Okay.
Can I help you with anything else?
Is there anything else you want to know, guys?
No, I mostly want to stop talking to this doll.
Okay. I think that's it. Um, do you keep that form? Do I keep the form?
This is mine.
Okay, great. Bye. I'm gonna leave.
We'll see you
quickly follow.
later.
Okay.
As you head out away from the acquisitions department, you walk past central registration again. You do happen to walk past a food court in case you're feeling a mite bit peckish. I know you all haven't eaten in a while.
Not the
No,
food court, just a
they-
food court.
They picked me up just a little bit ago. Because you said haven't eaten in a little while. Get it?
Oh my god.
I just want to get our stuff and get out of here.
Yeah, we have a place to go now.
Okay. You head back through the titanium checkpoint, and they return to you in wicker baskets all of your iron materials.
As you are collecting your materials, Dunter turns to you and says, "Now, how will you be paying for this visit?" And gets out of his cap a little receipt. I assume you got what you came for? And he presses his ear. One information from the acquisitions department.
Oh yeah, isn't that just covered under my normal work duties though?
It would be if it were information for you from another court, because that court would be paying for that information. You would just be the messenger.
Mm.
This is information for this group.
Mhm.
So, I mean, standard price tends to be either one non-consumable magic item, favor, a something like that.
Wait, are they charging us for putting me in jail and having us talk to a doll?
Yeah, it would have been good if the cost had been mentioned at some point.
I think probably the cost should have been mentioned by the doll, but they had other things that they were worried about.
Like being a creepy doll?
Like making sure that everyone was comfortable with the experience, and so they could leave as quickly as they wanted to. Normally, this would have been taken care of by the doll, but instead it's being taken care of by me. It's okay, the doll owes me a favor.
Oh, okay, so the favor is paid.
Incorrect.
How much is it?
We already
Oh, the favor or the
a
non-magical.
favor or a non-consumable magic item.
Mm. Mm.
I don't have any non-consumable magic items I can spare. Does anybody else?
I don't think I have any magical items.
What about the favor? Can one of us just owe you a favor?
Be careful.
Absolutely.
With that, Iden.
I don't think we want that. Right? Don't we not want that? Well, sorry.
It's not ideal. But I don't know that we have another choice if none of us have any items we can give up.
I have some very fancy mushrooms.
Are they magical and non-consumable?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could consume them.
Then that won't
I don't
work.
know. We haven't really looked into their properties yet.
Here, fine. And I'll hold out my orb. Take this.
And this is?
It's my focus. I use it to harness magic.
The are you referring to your arcane focus?
Yes.
Okay, that is Not a magical item.
Well, then I'm fresh out of ideas. Look, if it's enough to get us out of here, I'll owe you a favor. And I turn to the others and I just say, "Don't worry, we're not coming back here."
I don't think it'll be that easy to get out of it, Eden.
We're not coming back here. Like, it's either we pay for it or we all go to jail. And trust me, you do not want to go to that jail.
We can take the information back as well, if that is what you would prefer.
Oh, that's not pleasant. I wouldn't recommend that. I mean, do they have to pay for it, or can I?
Unfortunately,
What's
the
for them?
Salt Court cannot pay for this. Unless you have defected from the Salt Court, in which case, because you are a free agent, you would be able to pay for it. But
No,
I know you like your job. You're good at your job.
thanks.
So, Eden, you're gonna volunteer to offer up the favor?
I will do it.
Okay.
Against the protestations of anyone else in the party, I will offer up the favor.
In that case, Dunter takes out a it's a stamp pad and a little stamp. Hold out your hand, please.
Which one?
Whichever. It doesn't really matter.
I hold out my right hand.
Okay. And he puts a stamp on your hand, and as it makes contact with your skin, you see a glow of a chain around your hand, and the stamp glows even through the stars.
Oh, that's not good.
And it is the stamp itself is a manacle of iron.
That's definitely not good.
And then the fade goes away, and then the spell fades away.
Okay.
Now, anytime that you cast a spell, you will see this. Don't worry, that doesn't mean that we are taking the favor from you forcefully, but it does mean that you owe us a favor for your natural life. If you are unable to pay it, your next of kin will pay it, which, that will be handled by the Iron Court.
Was there like paperwork I was supposed to be handed before I agreed to those terms?
That's the stamp.
Yeah, but I can't read a stamp.
Here, let me help you. And he gets out that wand that checked for iron and just waves it over your hand, and as that magic comes near the stamp, it glows and you can see the manacle. That's the paperwork.
It's kind of like, I guess we should have. It's unwritten rules. Everyone just understands how it works. We don't normally feel the need to
pamphlets.
explain it.
We've been talking about making up some pamphlets. I think this would be another good pamphlet topic.
It
The
really
favor
would.
thing?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey, well, oh, and I'm just looking at it at my wrist. It's fine. This is fine. Everything's great. We're gonna find this band and we're gonna head home. It's fine. This is good. Let's go.
Okay.
I would say this was pleasure, but it wasn't. Okay, let's go.
Have a good one. And Ash, we'll talk. We'll see if we can do something about the pamphlets. I don't know.
Yeah, it might help the newcomers some.
And you leave the Iron Court. Ash, as you step out, is there anywhere in particular that you plan on opening the door to? You know that you can't just go directly up onto the Nightingale Court, but you would know some of the closest ways to get there.
Hey, Kestrel.
Mhm.
Are we trying to be sneaky? Or are we, is this gonna be a joyous reunion?
No, and probably not.
Okay. Great. Well then, yeah, I'd love to kind of go to, I guess just whatever's the most beaten path, if there is kind of a normal way to get to the Nightingale Court. Not trying to circumspect anything, but like, if they kind of have a front door.
Okay, perfect. As you open up the door, you all walk through the door and climb up out of a fallen tree stump with some mushrooms sprouting out from it. And you know you're a few miles, relatively speaking, away from the actual Nightingale Court. You come to this beautiful flowing glade. You see some real deer this time, just bounding through it. A nice, beautiful golden stag hops on by. And then there are 2 willows at the end of this glade. You know that this is the entrance to the Nightingale Court.
Cool.
Is there anything we should know about this court before we go in?
DMs, is there anything in particular?
It is a music-based court.
Mhm.
You putting it into the perspective of outsiders, obviously you know all these rules, but you rack your brain. Give me an intelligence check to see what outsiders might need to know that you already just know without having
12.
to. 12.
Yeah. I'm not a smart bunny.
So one of the rules you've come up with just off the top of your head is if someone asks for your voice, say no.
Okay. So I'm not sure how it works in your plane, but if someone asks you for your voice, don't give it to them, because you'll probably never get it back. It's not just a fun way of saying like, "Hey, sing a song with me." Like it's actually taking your voice. So don't let them do that.
That is good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's about it. Otherwise, it's a nice, happy place. I mean, it's just music. It's great. I haven't spent too much time there, but I've poked my head in.
I'll turn to Kestrel. Are you ready?
No, but let's do it anyway.
Well, we're here for you, and if we need to make a quick exit, we can do that. Just say so.
Okay.
Iden, one thing. I wanted to give you this, and I'm going to hand Eden my favor from the Marigold Court. Since you owe someone, I wanted you to be able to call on someone else too. So here's from the the folks that fought the deer with us.
I thought we weren't going to talk about them.
We're not to anyone else. Nope.
So can I like ask one of them to take my favor for me?
I don't know exactly what this will get you, but hopefully this makes up for owing the Iron Court.
Does it? I really don't know. Like, are the courts even?
No.
Okay.
Where is the Marigold Court in relation to
I
the
just went.
Iron?
I just wouldn't say their name. I mean,
Where is that other one compared to the Iron Court?
They're everywhere.
Like, are they more important or less important?
Kind of separate. So, like, the Iron Court doesn't have its own power, but it keeps track of how much power everyone else has. So they're sort of separate from the whole system. And then the other folks that we were fighting with, they, I don't know exactly how to describe them, but they're very powerful.
Well,
Okay.
then, whatever you get assigned from the Iron Court, it sounds like you could say, hey, these other folks owe me a favor, you do it. And then you're all set.
That sounds, yeah, that sounds real smart. Okay, thanks, Ash. I kind of wish that my pot had been magical. I'd have given them that. That'd have shown them.
And with that, I think we are going to head to break. So if you would please make sure to stretch, hydrate, pet your pets, touch one grass, and we will be back in like 5 to 10 minutes. Bye. Hello and welcome back to Shifting Echoes. So before the break, the party had finally reached the two weeping willows that will lead them into the Nightingale Court. As you get closer to these willows, I will say, you start to hear sounds, but they don't quite make sense as you're on this side of the willows.
And we don't see anything past the willows, like it's just trees that I know are like the doorway.
Yeah, they're curtain-esque, and the tendrils wave all the way down to the ground.
Well, we're here. I know I didn't do a great job of leading everyone through back in the Iron Court, but there are less things to worry about here.
Do
So
we still need to give up our iron here? Should we like stash it somewhere else to
Um,
avoid a repeat situation?
I don't think they're going to take it from you, but you definitely shouldn't brandish your cookware.
I will not offer to make eggs for anyone.
Great.
Would those eggs kill people?
The eggs, maybe. I don't know.
'Cause-
Iron imbues flavor.
Exactly.
Uh,
Oh, the unknown assassin.
eggs, the quiet killer. That being said, as you part the curtain of the willows, it opens up to this beautiful scenic valley tucked away in the hills below. You see a small river running through, curving through the valley, and you see a bunch of little buildings. Well, they're little from here. It's a good distance away. You got a couple miles to walk. And you hear the most obnoxious noises coming from the valley, a cacophony of sounds, different musical genres all intermixing together, just creating this ugly mesh of noise.
Like warm-ups before a performance.
I was gonna say when you walk through like the hall of music practice rooms at the
This is not at all what I expected.
This is real rough to listen to, not gonna lie.
As we're walking, I kind of pull my lyre out and just start like picking along with different people as we walk by. Like I'm not stopping, but just kind of like picking up on tunes as we walk.
I point at the lyre. That's not made out of iron, is it?
No, it's wood.
I would see that. Yeah, okay, great.
Wood and some kind of probably like catgut or something in terms of the strings at that point in time.
Excuse me?
It's a phrase. It's not actually, you know.
As you walk forward, there is a strange point. So you've been hearing all of these sounds as you've been walking, and honestly, it's getting louder and louder to the point where, like, some of you might start like covering ears. But there is a point about. So you are on a hill, and as you're walking down, about halfway down that hill, it's almost as though you go through a sound bubble. And you start to hear it where it's more, you can hear that this music is coming from here. And as soon as you start to kind of concentrate on it, you can feel, or you can hear exactly what style of music that is. And you can focus on that and just hear that. As you walk further, you get closer to another building and you can hear just that style. And the range is great. You can hear there are show tunes. You can hear that there is opera. You can hear that there is jazz. There is country. There is
I believe it's called Underdark.
Underdark. There are no longer cacophonies. Instead, they are working together all the more.
I kind of want to keep an ear out for what I can best describe as like Ren Fair music. I don't know, like taverny music.
You would know
what I
that
would
it's
be
probably
listening to.
just called the historicals.
Yeah, the classics. But that's what I'm keeping an ear out for as we're walking.
Like the music you hear when you're waiting on the title screen of a fantasy video game.
Yep. That's what we play.
So as you go through, like you pass Opera House and you can see in there that there is a Goliath opera singer, and just her voice is huge and absolutely drowns all of the sound out from what is probably the pit music. You even hear as you continue walking that there is another area where there is a Dwergar just kind of plucking along and singing about how she stole my lizard, she stole my spider, and off she drove.
As you continue along, Ash, roll me a percentile.
I'm going to use my little mushroom dice for this.
Ooh,
Mushroom dice.
Mushroom dice.
dice. Mushroom.
Oh
dice.
gosh, I need
Whatever could it mean?
There it is. Oh no, I need the other half of my. I need the other half of the percentile. There we go. Okay.
I mean, you could just go with 1 percentile, but
I got a 24.
You got a 24 on your percentile. So you have never delivered to many of the buildings in this particular court. So you aren't familiar exactly with your way around here. If you're looking for the historicals genre and the building that might house that, you're probably going to have to ask for directions.
And we haven't been hearing any of that?
No, especially when you came in. A lot more of the modern genres seem to be up front. but the court is probably about. It looks like it could house about 3,000 people. So
Oh goodness.
it's a pretty sizable area.
All right. Sorry, I'm looking at my spells for a sec.
As we're walking
Yeah,
and we're kind of listening, I will sidle. I keep saying sidle. I will walk in step next to Kestrel, and I will just say, kind of without looking directly at her, "You still nervous? Do you know what you're gonna say?"
No. I mean, yes, and then no. I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna find out for sure if they left on purpose or not.
Right. Quick and direct. Just rip the Band-Aid off, yeah? Sorry,
Yeah, I was kind of
adhesive medical
thinking of
strip.
like a, fancy seeing you here. And then seeing what they say.
That's good. That's good. I like
Kind of
that.
let them put the ball in their court.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
What?
Because we're in a
court. Okay, yeah. I was
it wasn't
I was
very
hung
good.
up on ball for a moment there,
Yeah.
and I was like, what? But sports. This is the opposite of what's funded at schools, and I like that. You just don't forget, if you need anything, your friends are here.
Thanks.
I'm here
Thanks.
for you.
Are you okay?
I will turn and turn and face you as we're walking, and you'll just see the silhouette of the stars. Yeah, no, I'm great. This is what we're here for, is to make sure you're all right. I'm okay, and I'm here for you. And you see a hand come out, just all starry.
I will take it. And just kind of keep walking in silence.
I did not find a helpful spell, so whenever there seems to be a central area that I might be able to ask directions, I'll stop.
Okay.
Hey, Kestrel, is your compass showing anything?
Oh, that's a good point. I haven't checked it in a while because it was going so wonky earlier. I will pull the compass out and look at it.
As you pull the compass out once more, it is pointing to the right as you walk deeper into town. But it is not vibrating.
It's not vibrating?
It is not vibrating.
Well, this says they're not here, but your paperwork says they were here, so
Maybe Gon's magic doesn't work in the Feywild.
maybe. Or they were here and now they're somewhere else, but
Gon, maybe?
maybe. I guess, I mean, either way, if they did come through here, it might be worth finding out what happened. But this might be another dead end, apparently.
Well, we haven't hit any dead ends yet. We keep getting pointed in a direction.
Yeah. The compass kind of does does dead endy things, but we might be able to get another lead. And yeah, maybe they're here and it just doesn't work because we're in a different place. Or maybe some of them are here and Luca's just not, because it's only tracking him.
And it was weird that the information we got couldn't seem to decide how many people were in the band.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, I was in the band. So like, but I'm not right now. So it could have been me that it was talking about. Like I'm kind of in the band, but kind of not. I don't know.
Are you going to rejoin the band when we find them?
I think that depends on what happens when we find them.
Let's find them.
Okay. But
I
I guess
will-
we should probably still ask someone for directions because I don't think this is going to be very helpful anymore.
Yeah, I'll stop someone who I think might have an idea.
Yeah, you as you wander through the town / court, we can use those interchangeably here because that's how it works. You come across a gentleman, just an ordinary human, nice fancy suit, standing up on a box trying to hand out pamphlets. They look like they know what they're going on about. So.
Oh, see, this court has pamphlets. They gotta teach the Iron Court because this,
Yeah, it's progress
yeah,
and signage. We need pamphlets and signage.
signage
Do one
and
of you
talking
take?
trees.
Do one of you take a pamphlet?
Sure, I'll walk up and take a pamphlet.
As you do, first of all, you look at the pamphlet and it says in very orange gilded letters, Brassington, bring your music here. And the human man looks down.
Like, hello there. Why, you look like a musician. How would you like to make it big? Become a star.
Oh, I already have a band, thank you. But do you just advertise or do you know where things are here?
Of course I know where things are here. I'm the #1 recruiter from Brassington.
Oh, well, that's very exciting for you. I'm more of a strings and woodwinds. But I was wondering if you know where the historicals might be?
Of course I do, friend. What's your name, by the way?
Oh, my name is Kestrel.
Fantastic, Kestrel. Nice to meet you. You play any music? My name's Buddy. Buddy. Not
I
Buddy,
look down
but
at the
you can
lyre
just
that
call
I'm
me Buddy.
currently holding.
I see you got a nice lyre there.
Mhm.
Any good with that?
Well, I mean, I guess that depends on, I mean, good is a relative. And I'll just kind of like pluck out a quick little riff or something. I don't know how lyres work. I'll play something.
Yeah, you wanna give us a perform?
Sure. Where is that on here? That's the wrong window. There we go. 14 plus 21.
Yeah, you managed to blaze out a lyre solo in the middle of the square. Whatever lyre solos sound like.
It's like 30 seconds, like pretty short.
That's amazing. You play the historics, I see.
Mhm. Yeah,
Fantastic.
do you know where that is?
Of course I do. But enough about you. What about your friends? The musicians? You said you were in a band? This your band?
Oh no, I'm my band is in the historical section where we're actually looking for them. These are just my friends. They're just traveling companions.
We're roadies.
Oh,
Yeah. So the historical section, could you point us in that direction?
of course I can.
Great.
But I've been dealing with these Fae folk all day. It's pretty refreshing. You don't look like you're from around here.
Hey,
know-
what does that mean?
Well, I'm just saying, like, a lot of you bring in the same stuff all the time. I'm looking for the new, latest, greatest thing. So I'll tell you where the historic section is if y'all play me a little tune. If y'all give me your best performance.
Didn't I just do that?
You did.
Oh,
Right, I did.
you mean us? I start
Yeah.
slapping my knees with my hands.
Do a performance check. That's what the payment is in the Nightingale Court.
Yeah.
Performance. That's a 17.
That's some pretty good knee slapping you got there. You're like,
Yeah, I've been doing this since like 5 seconds ago.
wow, that's pretty outstanding. And that makeup you got, looking great.
Thanks. This is au natural.
I don't know if I can make you a star if you literally are stars, though.
Yeah, there's no. Yep. No.
Don't
that
know how
makes
you
sense.
show up on the screen.
No, I would be way beyond your galaxy of capabilities.
Space joke. I love it. You should do stand-up comedy too.
That's what the knee slapping's for.
As you like wrap this up, Psalm just kind of like I can hum. It's just kind of like hums a few bars. She did at 11 on her performance check, so it's not really a tune, but it is like she definitely she performed. A performance happened.
I normally just dance, but since there's no music to dance to
Oh,
currently,
or I have a whistle. I could whistle and you could dance.
we could do that, or I could sing a
Sure.
A
Yeah,
folk song or something.
Yeah.
I also have a flute if somebody needs to borrow a flute.
I will just sing, I don't know, some song I know from my childhood, some traditional Elvish song.
All right. You want to give us a performance check?
That is 23.
Wow. Yeah, so you sing a beautiful Elvish ditty.
Irish.
Yeah, my bad. What are those?
It's your roots.
Mm.
Would you like to describe how your performance is?
Me, she just stands there very prim and proper, kind of holding her hands in front of her, just very like classically trained, how you would expect a noble to sing some old Elvish song.
Wonderful, wonderful. Music to my ears. And you said you had a whistle?
Yeah, and I pull out this sort of rough looking wooden whistle. It's a whistle stick.
That sounds adorable. I'd love to hear it.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm rolling so badly. A 6. So
you
it is.
know,
If you're not familiar with it, it is a traditional grung instrument. So it's not great.
Like halfway through, he starts. Yeah, that was great. Please stop. Thank you. I will give you your. I will give you your information so quickly.
Okay.
And he takes out a business card from his suit and writes in a very like it is a metallically sheening pen and writes out the directions. Here's my card, hands it directly to Kestrel. And the directions are on there, so make sure you don't lose either of them.
Okay. I'm gonna turn over and look at the directions real quick. Do they make sense? Can I understand them before we leave this person?
As you start reading the directions, they are very verbose, and it on the back of the card, it's literally written down. You will take a left at like this sound stage that's made out of wood, but it's not the one across the street from the one you're at when you get there. And it's just like a lot of text, but the description seems good enough to navigate with.
Well, thank you, buddy. It was nice to meet you.
Anytime. And like I said, if you're ever in Brassington, there is my card. Please tell them that I specifically sent you.
Okay. Happy recruiting.
Thank you, and to you too.
I'm gonna hand the card to Ash as we walk away and go, okay, these are the directions.
Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. Looks good. All right. Let's go.
All right. So, okay. Yeah. So as you walk through, you wind your way through several musical outbuildings and several stages where there's different types of musical performances, and you finally come. And as you start approaching, you hear a very traditional madrigal-esque sound coming from this stone outbuilding. And there's vines crawling all over it, and it looks like it is a tiny castle. You are almost certain you have come to the place, but this is where the directions have led you.
Well, that certainly looks historical.
That it does. Does that sound like them?
No, that's madrigals are like sing. Is that like a choir?
So madrigals is a specific subset of music that it can be woodwind, it can be brass, and it can be singing. It can be all of those combined. But it tends to be a performance that is very Renaissance-esque. This is probably the closest that your band would be. You can make a perception check to see if you can hear, like, oh, that's definitely Luca's ukulele. I don't think that's what he played, but
Nope.
I know he had a pick, and so...
Yeah, I don't know if that's them, but it definitely sounds like the right type of music. You said perception?
Yes.
That's a 15 plus 3, 18.
With an 18, you can hear the correct kind of music, but like you're not hearing any of the specific songs that you guys have played, but then, you know, maybe they changed the sets.
Yeah, I don't know if that's them, but I think this is the right place. So just so, I mean, I guess, should I like tell you all about them so that we know what we're looking for?
That could help if you want one of us to kind of scout ahead to see if they're there, so you don't, you know, accidentally bump into them or something before you're ready.
Oh, well, I think we're past that point. It was more just that if we get separated or anything, because that happened at the last court, just in case. So there's Luca's the one that this is tracking, but I mean, he may not be here according to the compass, so who knows? But he's human. He plays the mandolin. He was very nice. Anyway, and then there's Elia. She's human too, and they play the harp. Don't make her mad because she'll punch you in the face. I mean, they're very nice, but she'll punch you in the face. And then Fedor, He's a half orc. He was the singer. And he's kind of the one in charge. So that's my band. Or that's them.
These are they.
What?
What?
Oh.
So Fedor's the one that we blame for having left you behind.
I mean, I don't know for sure. He usually made most of the decisions. So
Well, I'm ready to get punched in the face. What do you say we do this?
As long as you're ready, Kestrel.
yeah, let's go look. Who knows? They might not even be here, and then it won't matter, and then it's all fine.
So as you enter into this building, it is very castle-esque in its exterior. When you get into the interior, it appears to be more like mini amphitheaters, and it is again a much wider space on the inside of the building than on the outside. But there are several amphitheaters, and you can see that there are, for some of them, it is a single musician, whether they're singing or playing an instrument. For others, it's entire bands. It's even entire orchestras in some of the mini amphitheaters. If you would please, Kestrel, make a investigation or perception.
What are you having them do?
Look to see if they recognize any of the bands off the top of their heads.
Oh, yeah, you can make an investigation to see if you recognize any of the other bands.
Not my strong suit. 13.
Okay. With the 13, you'd think that maybe you recognize some bands. Definitely none that are yours. But like, didn't you play with that one once in a tavern, and like you guys were the cover band beforehand? Or so you can kind of recognize and see, and you even get like a wave from one or two of them, but your band is not here in this building.
And this is the whole building? Like, this is all of it?
It appears to be one room. There is one person that is not in an amphitheater, though, that doesn't also seem to be like moving between areas. And you see before you a Harangon. He is just like a titch shorter than Ash, but not by too much. He has very large lopped ears that go all the way down to his waist, and he appears to be kind of twiddling on a horn as he is going over a book on a stand in front of him, just kind of making notes and things like that.
Okay. But he's not one of the ones that I recognized?
He's not one that you recognize, and something of note, on one of the lopped ears, you can see that there is a brand just on the tip of it that is an N with a bird flying through it.
Well, none of these people are them. So it doesn't seem like they're here right now.
None of these people are.
Can I go up to one of the people that waved at me?
Sure. What do they look like? This person who waved at you, who at least kind of seems to recognize you.
is this somebody that I should know, or?
I'm giving you the opportunity to create the person that you are talking to.
Oh, okay. Sure. It's yeah, half elf person who's playing a keyboard.
Oh, hey.
Hi.
You were with a band. Your whole thing was colors, right? Or a color?
Yeah, well, the evergreen song.
Green song. Yeah, we played at the same we played at a battle of the bands.
Mhm.
It was a good time. We lost hardcore.
Yeah. Good to see you. Hope things are going better. Have they come through here recently?
Evergreen?
Yeah. We heard that they
Yeah.
got like acquired or something.
Well, I mean, we've all been acquired, but it's one of those you get gigs when you can. And they say that what you do is you come here and then you make a name for yourself and you acquire favors and money from the courts, and that way you can go and make it outside in other places like Brassington or Greenock, the big cities.
Okay, so it's like an agency kind of a thing.
Kind of, yeah. You sell your music, and this way you don't have to worry about going from place to place. They'll take you to it.
Cool. Have they come through here recently?
Recently,
Or
I
like
don't
at all?
know.
Have you
I
seen them
don't
at
know
all?
about recently, but I did see them once. You can probably talk to Mark. He's the first chair in here.
Okay, who's Mark?
And she points to the Harangon that was standing up there by a podium with music, or not music, but writing things.
The one with the brand?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool, thanks. And I just like abruptly turn and walk away from this person.
Oh, I'm doing great. Thanks.
Good to hear it. Okay, bye.
She keeps playing her keyboard.
I will come back to everybody and just say, okay, I think we have to go talk to Mark.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Yeah. Hi, Mark.
Hi everybody, and welcome to the historicals, the thousands. How can I help you out?
We're looking for the evergreen song.
Evergreen song. Oh, and he starts flipping through the pages. Evergreen song. Well, we did book out the evergreen song. Would you like to know from where?
Yes, please.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to need a performance from all of you.
Okay.
This one is going to be a group check.
Just a heads up, too. You are dealing with a Fae now.
The other was a human, distinctly not from the Feywild. This
Are you
is
saying
a Fae.
humans have a less distinguished ear as Fae folk?
No, I'm saying
No.
that the human was not from the Feywild, and this is
Do
a
you
Fae
remember
from
the
the
warning
Feywild.
Ash gave you about giving people performances? Well, your voice.
Oh, I mean, we're happy to play something for you, but we're not ready to sign up for anything yet. We're just looking for the band. Is that okay?
Oh, well, we don't give things away for free around here.
Well, I'm in the band, so I just need to catch up with
Oh, you're in the
them. Mm-hmm.
You must
Or
be
was,
Kestrel.
Yep. Why did they talk about me?
Of course they did.
Well,
They signed you up for this gig.
Oh,
You are so late to the show.
that's strange. I'm not sure how they were able to do that. I haven't seen them in months.
Well, you are part of the Evergreen Song, are you not?
I was.
Was. Uh-oh. Was there a falling out?
I mean, they left me, so I guess you could call it that.
Did you quit?
No, they left
Oh.
me. They kicked me out. So I don't think they can
That's-
sign me up for gigs at the moment until I've talked to them.
Well, how about we get you to the show, and you can have a word with them before they go on stage.
That would be great. I've just not, signed up for anything right now. So as long as we're clear on that, I'm happy to go talk to them.
All right. Well, in that case,
Where are they? Where's the show at? Is it in the Feywild or is it somewhere else?
Oh yeah,
Just
it's
so
in the
we know.
Feywild. We try to only do performances for the courts around here.
Oh, okay. Well, someone mentioned Breenock, so I just wanted to make sure.
Oh yeah. Once bands are done here, if they feel like they made it big enough. So in this case, let me see here. You need to get to the slug court.
The what?
The slug. Well, hang on one second.
And he starts looking through and wait, no. I understand. So Slug Court is the party court, but they ended up
They ended up organizing a party for the marble court. You need to go to the marble court, right?
I am so sorry. That would have been a hilarious mix-up.
The
Sending you
Marble
to a-
Court?
Yes.
Okay. Ash, do you know how to get to the Marble Court?
I'm assuming so.
I would hope so.
Oh,
Marble
okay, great.
Court specifically, yeah.
Oh, okay.
What is the Marble Court? Sorry, we're new here.
Oh, that's one of the big ones, isn't it? Oh, that's why it's not on my small list. It's on my big list.
They're currently in charge of Onrelar.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
They
they're
took over.
they're
That's
the
Onrelar.
the reigning court right now.
oh, well, that's great for them, probably.
Yeah, it's a big gig.
Yeah.
Wait, is ruling like playing in a band?
Is what?
Is ruling like playing in a band? Because said they're in charge of Onrelar, and you said it's a big gig, so I put the two together.
I've never been in a band. I don't know if it's like that.
And
I
I've
don't-
never
I
ruled
never
anything.
Felt like I was ruling anything, really.
Okay.
I mean, maybe if you're like the head of the band a little bit, I don't know. You could ask Fedor.
I intend to.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. We'll go get this sorted out. Until then, at the moment, I am not officially a member of the Evergreen Song, so if they try to sign me up for any more gigs, they can't do that. Just so you know. What else did they say about me? Like, did they say why I wasn't here?
You see him like he's still on the same page, but he kind of like flits out a piece of paper. He says, says here you play the lyre, sometimes other instruments, and sing in the background a little bit, sometimes mostly to yourself. That's all the information I got on Kestrel.
So they just said, oh, Kestrel's going to be in this gig, but she's not here, and they didn't say why?
I honestly, I didn't ask. I tend to just, we bring people in, they give us who all is in their band, we write that down, what they play, all that kind of stuff, so that way the people to whom we would
They did mention something about getting a favor though taken care of.
For me?
They didn't say what it was for.
Oh, Well, I mean, I would say they probably owe me a favor at this point, if nothing else. I think it's
Well,
only
I'm sure if you have your stamp, you can probably get a favor from them, depending on what court you plan to affiliate with.
Well, I guess we'll go find them and figure out. Sorry, guys. I guess we're going to have to go chase down another court.
That's fine. This is fun. We get to see a whole bunch of different places, and
And this one didn't even try to arrest us. So, you know, progress.
Yeah. And all we had to do was play a little ditty. Oh, that reminds me. I turn to the half elf and I start playing spoons this time as payment.
You wanna give me a performance check, Eden?
I'd love to. Oh, that's a 6. Apparently spoons is not my forte.
No, knees are your forte. Spoons, not so much.
The elf from down in her amphitheater, like, just looks at you and says, I'm not looking for a band, especially not with spoons.
Okay. Sorry. Thanks for your help. I'll turn. I'll just use these for cooking.
Good plan.
Hmm.
Well, I guess we should head to the marble court then.
Oh, you're gonna love the Marble Court. They're all about the arts, and it's like it's such a good gig because they really take care of people and they make sure that everyone gets paid well, and they're great.
Well, that's good.
Mhm.
Okay. Turn back to the hair and gun. Still not signed up for anything. Still haven't agreed to anything. We're gonna go find the band.
All right. He gives you a thumbs up. Good luck.
I turned to Wasari. Did I do it? Did I do it right? Was that good? I didn't agree to
think so.
anything.
Yeah, you did. You did really well. And
Okay,
I
good.
think that was not very nice of them to sign you up for something, especially in a place like this.
Right. I mean, I don't even know. They have no reason to think that I'd even be here. So I don't know why they would sign me up for a gig. I mean, first of all, they left me. So if they wanted me to still be in the band, then like, why'd they leave? And also, why would they think I'd be in the Feywild?
Yeah. Let's go find out. The Marble Court only took power in the last decade or so, so I haven't dealt with them before, but I think we can get through there pretty easily.
Okay. Well, something funny's going on.
As you head out, you head up back out of the valley the way you came. Ash guiding along the way. As you begin to ascend the hill again, the noise all starts to blur together into that loud, obnoxious sound. Then you finally head out through the willow trees once more, and the noise completely disappears. Ash, you know your way around, and so you are able to find the path to the Marble Court fairly quickly. With them being the center of power, technically always lead to the Marble Court eventually. Right now. So you hop along, guiding them through. And as you come through one of the final Feyways, you tuck around a rock, a moss-covered rock, and once you come out the other side of the rock, there you stand before this massive alabaster castle, surrounded by beautiful trees, reflecting the sun's rays off of the walls. And when you walk through that final Feyway and come out the other end, Kestrel, you feel a vibration in your pocket.
Okay, well, the compass seems to be working. I mean, or not. I don't know. Maybe it's not working and it's just vibrating, but it is vibrating. So that's a good sign.
Good. Then we're
Is it still
close.
pointing towards the castle? Okay, well, at least we're probably not going to get here and have them tell us to go somewhere else, it seems like.
Yeah, it seems like this time it's really it. Um,
Yeah,
Are you ready?
as ready as I'm going to be. Now I'm kind of just mad because apparently they're signing me up for things without telling me. So, we'll see how that goes.
Well, if you need us for anything, we'll be here with you.
Okay.
Do you want me to give them like a heads up, or are we gonna like surprise them, or what?
I kind of want to surprise them because I feel like I'll get a more honest response if they don't know that we're coming.
Got it. No message.
I mean, like the band. If you need to tell someone in the court that we're coming, that's probably okay.
Oh, I
don't
mean, we'll
wanna
get
get
there.
arrested.
We'll get there when we get there. It's
Okay.
just I could send them a little message and be like, "Hey, Kestrel's coming." Do.
Oh no, don't do
Or-
that.
Okay.
But like if you have to tell someone in the court that we're coming so that we don't get like arrested on site or something, that's okay.
I don't think we'll get arrested.
Okay, good.
Wren, you're muted.
I know. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
As we're approaching, I will make a slight adjustment to my glamored armor. I'll add a brooch to my dress that just has my family's insignia. But I'll follow behind, letting Ash and Kestrel lead the way.
Fantastic. With that, as you approach the entrance, you see there are all sorts of fancy, well-dressed people coming and going, carrying wagons of artworks in statues, paintings, performers going through the main gates, and you see, once again, standing outside of the gates, the Titanium Court. This time a little less intrusive for the guests, but still waving wands in people's directions. They haven't slowed anyone down, but the wands also don't seem to be going off through the main entrance either. So it looks like people understand you don't bring iron into the marble court.
Does it look like they have baskets or lockers or anywhere to store stuff?
They do not have storage of any sort. Wisari, in your past experiences, you also know that nobility does not use the commoner's entrance to get in. So this is the main area of entrance for people that do not necessarily belong to the court to get in, or are not seeing important people in the court.
Yeah. I know the courts have changed and they change who's in power. Do they keep the same central like castle, or does that change with the courts in power?
That changes with the courts in power. So, like, that probably if you were to go through the portal that you would through your own castle, that it would probably take you to this castle instead of the Orchid Court, which it was before. I think.
Well, instead of using this entrance, we could try a diplomat's one. I don't know where it is in this castle, but we could ask.
Yeah, because
Unless Ash, would you know?
I assume that like similar to the Iron Court, that there's like a kind of a side entrance that I'm used to using. We could go
Yeah.
there, but I don't deal with royalty very often, so I don't know where the fancy entrance would be.
Okay, well, it doesn't seem like they have anywhere to put our stuff, so I'm not sure what we're supposed to do here.
I don't think it would hurt to ask.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, I'll make a beeline for one of the guards.
Okay. With that, as you go up to the guards, we are probably going to call it there for the session.
So we'll start the next session talking to guards, and I'm sure that, it'll all go great. So thank you so much for joining us today for tax purposes. I am Gonah, and I would love to have each of you go through and tell us who you are, like where can we find you, what cool things do you do in, on, or around the internet. Starting with Abby.
Hi, I'm Abby. You can follow me at Aragorn's Girl on Twitter and see pictures of my cat. She's doing great, by the way. For those of you who were following, she had surgery last week, but she's currently curled up in my lap and she's doing awesome. So thanks for the support on that. And I have played Ash for you, and I just want to give a shout out to this very cool new artwork that I have of my cute little Wolpertinger.
I'll get the link for that. You can popcorn it off to someone. We'll trust you.
Ooh. Popcorn to Caitlin.
Hello, my name is Caitlin, aka a theaterphile all over the internet. I am a variety streamer playing primarily vintage or old console games. Currently, I'm playing Final Fantasy VII on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific and Ocarina of Time on Sunday afternoons. That's going to be today at 3 p.m. Pacific. So in like little under 2 hours, we're going to be doing that. This is going to be the last stream that I do before the new year. So if you want to come check it out, now's the time. Otherwise, that calendar schedule will still be the same next year. But yeah, I also do tabletop RPG stuff. I have a one shot potentially coming up on my channel next month. It hasn't been finalized yet. And there's also a certain magical college stream that will be starting in the new year, but I can't announce it just yet. But I'm very, very excited for it. So stay tuned for more on that. Popcorn over to Anna.
Hey, that's me. I'm Anna, aka Archibald Does Funny most places on the internet. Queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG streamer. If any of that sounds interesting, you can find me on Twitter at Archibald Does Fun. I play TTRPGs a lot of places. It is the end of the season, but next season, look for me in places like Weave the Tale, TPK Roleplay, Black Feather Guild, Guild of the Phoenix, and other places. And if you enjoy podcasts or giant mech battles, you can check us out in Response Team Omnicron, a Lancer actual play podcast playing through the No Room for Wallflower adventure setting, following a PR team that finds itself unexpectedly on the front lines. You can find us anywhere you normally get your podcasts, and our new episode comes out tomorrow. So look forward to that. And the holidays are a great time to catch up. But yeah, best place to see where and when I'm streaming is on Twitter, so give me a follow there. Wren.
Hey, that's me. Hi, I'm Wren. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch and pretty much anywhere else that I'm on social media at Thorny Dryad, like a prickly bush. I am a variety streamer, a podcaster, an audio editor, and a live play TTRPG player, to name a few of the things that I do. If you want to hear me, you can hear me as the voice of the character 8 in the podcast Roads Uncharted, the very first Genesis TTRPG actual play podcast. And as far as any other game content goes, this is where I'm at on every other Sunday. So you can hear me here. And if you're looking for a non-binary queer somebody to join a project, hit me up because I am in the market for other stuff. But I think that was me. I'm going to go ahead and sling it to our wonderful GMs, Teral and Gonah.
Well, I will go ahead and get this party started then. My name is Teral. You can find me on Twitch over at Teral Plays It All and on Twitter at Teral Tax Dragon. I play video games every Monday night at 8 p.m. Central. I am currently playing through Inscription and am looking forward to ending that soon. Otherwise, you can find me on Gonah's channel for Frightful Fridays slash Spooky Saturdays, and of course this show, Shifting Echoes, every other Sunday. That being said, I will now kick it off to Gonah.
Hi, welcome to my channel. If you are here, like you at least kind of know where to find me. I have a couple of different social medias that you can go and check out, including YouTube. This episode will be up on YouTube next Sunday at 12:30. So, you know, if you were only able to catch parts or anything like that, please make sure to go check it out. As far as like what I do, I am a variety streamer in the most intense sense of the word. I do anything from League of Legends to art and cozy games, scary games, TTRPGs, all of it. So if you are ever looking for someone to do voice work or someone to do actual plays, I am also in the market. I did forget one thing. Can everyone tell us what your favorite part of today's show was really quickly? And we'll do it in exactly the same order. So Ash, if you would, or Abby, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh man. Yeah, I hadn't been thinking about that. I think probably the dwarf in the holding cell also giving Eden a bunch of conspiracy theories.
And then I think you pass it off to Caitlin.
Caitlin.
Yeah, for me, it was Ash. I learned plant last year and it was a mistake.
We all know that one class. Perfect. Anna.
Oh, I was going to say that. So instead, I will say the whistle stick that was more stick than whistle. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Perfect. And Wren.
Not that I like calling out my own things, but the fact that my knee slapping was actually considered a good performance, did it for me.
Perfect. Teral.
I really liked when Anna decided to bust out some classical Elven ditties as her performance.
Wonderful. And for me, it was probably the whole bit of Ash going off and being like, well, I can probably talk to someone. Like, I probably know someone. Like, that was absolutely perfect because we like building the world with you. Okay, so wonderful. Thank you all for coming. Let's see who we want to raid. If you would like, I can't raid them because they're not live right now, but I happen to know that Friends Who Roll Dice is going to be on in not too long, and you might see some people that you recognize. I know.
I was going to say Super Dylan's on and Space and Friends.
Yeah, I think we're going to send y'all off to Space and Friends because I don't know that we have ever rated Space and Friends from this channel. So thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.